We just read Genesis chapter 4 verse 11. He said to Cain, you are cursed from the earth that opened his mouth to receive your brother's blood. Those who shed blood are not permitted to walk on the earth.
Aye. Aye.
They are not permitted to trample the earth. The headsmen, the jihadists, the terrorists, the killers. The earth is not permitted to accommodate them. Why is it accommodating them? We have not enforced it. And now we are going to enforce it. We are going to enforce it at the place of prayer. Enforce it in prayer, enforce it in action. When I ministered that Sunday before, I actually looked at the full text of the speech of the DGSSS. When he said, I said, oh, I wish I had listened to it before I even came up. He was very direct and very blunt. He said, people should rise up, rally, and defend themselves. He said, consult us for necessary advice and authorizations. We are necessary. He said, those that are influential in various communities, join forces with your people to rescue your lands. Can anything be more direct than that? Maybe you think you are a big man. It doesn't bother you because you have house in Asokoro. You have house in Meta. The day may come where you will have no village to go to. And by the time they are through with your village, they will come for you in Abuja. This is the time for everybody to join forces together to say no vagabond, placeless entities will push me out of my father's house. Let them be pushed from place to place until they have nowhere to go and return back to anywhere they came from. If everybody will agree at once in every part of this country and say enough is enough for these devils. A man called me yesterday to tell me about how he has gotten his appointment. And he told me, do you remember what you told me? Because he labored for a place. And when he finished laboring, they pushed him out and brought another person to take his place. And then I told him two things will happen. Number one, I quoted Isaiah 65. I said, you not labor in vain. You won't bring forth for trouble. You won't labor for another to inherit. I said, so number two things will happen. The person who did that to you will be disgraced out of that office. And number two, you will return back and take your place. He said, you didn't remember what you said? I said, he told me, I said, okay, I remember now. He said, that is all happened. I am saying now that Nigeria shall be the graveyard, mass graveyard of these killers and these demons and their sponsors and those who send them. Nigeria shall be their mass graveyard. Anything that makes people run from their fatherland is a curse. Only a curse. The running of people from their land is what the Bible calls spewing out. The earth is spewing out. It's vomiting, it's releasing them. It's spewing out like. So they run to America to wash dead body. A professor of surgery or a professor of this or that becomes something else. I heard of some doctors driving Uber in Canada. Whatever it is that is making our... and it's because the land is not conducive. You know, I was telling someone, I said, you step into some neighborhoods in America, some neighborhoods in Africa, or other, and you look around and say, what is wrong with our country? So some of our people... The other day I saw some people who are trying to run from Nigeria through...
Libya.
Not Africa, Libya.
Something like that.
Morocco, that kind of desert. Plenty of them deported back. Some killed on the road. Some entered the boat. What kind of boat it is? Capsized in the water. Died en masse. Some prefer to die than to remain in the country. Whatever is making, and our leaders don't care. One day I told God, what did we do as a nation to deserve this set of people? This from generation to generation. Moving about big man that is a generational burden, a cargo, a liability, a waste of space. Irrelevant both in time and in eternity. What is your relevance? Carrying big car where nobody is touched by your life. What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world? How much money will you take out of this world? And by the time you die and you enter that grave and appear in hellfire to roast for eternity, who will spend your money? Constituency allowance, all is in the pocket. Security vote, all is in the pocket. One person's gulping billions. How many rooms will you sleep in one night? How many cars will you drive at once? How many coffins will you be buried inside? And what does it matter, the price of your coffin? Just moving about, just sitting as a burden over whole nations, as a blanket of misery over nations. But everybody is grumbling, including those who are driving them. Everybody is grumbling. But God will save us. God will deliver us. Amen. God will deliver us from this generation of cargoes. He will deliver us. Amen. Burden, human weight, mobile disaster. Other parts of the world, they have natural disaster. Hurricane, volcano, tsunami. In Africa, majorly we don't have. The disaster we have are people, human beings. Leadership disaster. ADLS. That's the disease. ADLS. Acquired disastrous leadership syndrome. ADSS. It's acquired because it came. We're not born with it. Disastrous, acquired disastrous or calamitous leadership syndrome. God has the treatment. He will save us. You speak, people think you are talking about individuals. It's a syndrome that must be cured. Heartless people, zero heart for people. Where is Mobutu Sese Seko now? Where is Idi Amin Dada of Uganda now? Where is the late Sani Abacha now? Where are they and all the things they amassed?